everyone, skincare video for you today. This is all about the affordable skincare routine. Basically, I'm cleaning out my beauty room because we're having the house renovated, and I have a huge tub of all of the kind of affordable budget beauty buys that I've tried over the years and that I've liked, so I always kind of put them aside. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time. Now I'm going to try and keep this quite simple, and I'm going to do a blog post to go alongside it which will have loads of different alternatives. So I'm breaking it down really into cleanser, serum, moisturiser, and then little add-ons, exfoliants, face oils, things like that. So just little extras that you could look at, but the main bulk of it is cleanser, serum, moisturiser. So cleansers, the first one is this, it's Superfacialist by Una Brennan, and it's the Rose Calming Creamy Cleanser. And I just think this is gorgeous and gentle, but it really gets off every last bit of makeup. Not so great on eye makeup, you know, it doesn't kind of swoop it straight off like maybe an oil would, but I'll show you an oil in a second. And so you just massage it in and then you take it off using a washcloth or flannel or Clarisonic or whatever it is that you use. So I like that, and I think it would suit most skin types. If you've got very oily or acne prone skin, I've got some little alternatives for you, but there's nothing to stop you using a balm cleanser or a creamy cleanser. If you prefer an oil, and you can use an oil if you've got oily skin, I really like this one from the Body Shop. It's the Camomile Silky Cleansing Oil, and I'm onto a new bottle of that, and it's very affordable. This is one that I tried ages ago. It's from Asda, and it's a hot cloth polish, and it is kind of a copy of the Liz Earle. The ingredients list is quite similar towards the top, and so the main ingredients in there are doing the same kind of thing, and it's a couple of quid. But if you like one that's more like a gel that you put on and then you rinse off with water, I don't ever find those quite as effective as if I'm using a washcloth or something like that, a tool to take it off. However, if it's the morning and you just want a quick splash, I think it's fine. This one is the Yes to Tomatoes Clear Skin Cleanser. Really like that one, and I also very much like, there's a moisturiser that goes with it and it's very good, but I can't find it. And then this one is from Jason. Don't know whether you've heard of Jason. This is the Pure Natural Super C Cleanser, and it smells amazing. Not that that should matter, but it's just a really nice, fresh feeling one that doesn't dry out the skin. Balm cleanser. This is the Ultra Bland Balm Cleanser from Lush, and it's really good because it's very thick texture, dissolves all of your makeup, even eye makeup, but then rinses off quite nice and clean. And I used to use this many years ago, probably about 10 years ago, when I was first modelling, because my friend got me into it because it was a cheaper version of using something like Eve Lom. And now onto cleansing waters. I use these if it's a kind of emergency, or maybe before I'm going to do my main cleanse, or if I'm doing lots of makeup work at home and I need to change the makeup in between. They're backstage favourites because they tend to be quite gentle on the skin, most of them. That's a sweeping generalisation. Bioderma is kind of the famous one. I really like this version, which is the more moisturising version. But I've also got quite into this one, which is from Garnier, and it's really cheap. 400ml. It says 200 uses there. And it works really well on eye makeup as well. So I really like that one. Now onto serums. I'm just going to show you three very simple kind of hydrating ones, really. Hydrating or brightening or soothing. Because if you want something really targeted that's like for acne or for lightening dark spots or stuff like that, then I'm going to put the alternatives in the blog post, but it's just too much to go into all the different types of skin and problems. So the first one, which I think is very hydrating, really gorgeous on the skin, is the Vichy Aqualia Thermal Serum. It's very nice indeed. Feels quite luxe as well in its glass bottle. Then this one is also very hydrating, I find, but also quite calming, and this is the Aloe Protective Serum. That's from the Body Shop. Really nice, that one. And then you've heard me talk about this before. I think with serums it's actually quite difficult to find a lot of good ones at a low price point, because they do tend to be quite power packed with ingredients and they tend to be a little bit more expensive. So it maybe is worth investing, if you're going to invest in a step, then investing in your serum, because it's the part that does the most work really. but I found that this one was really nice. Again, it's a super facialist, so you can get this at Boots. This is the vitamin C Brighten one, and I did find that my skin looked a little bit brighter, but just kind of generally more hydrated and fresher, really. And then on to moisturisers, and again, this is probably where I struggle a little bit, because everything that I've picked out when I was sorting for this was kind of like £25–30 over, and it was quite difficult finding something underneath. But the ones that I've chosen I think are really lovely. We've got a couple of options here from La Roche-Posay. Now, this is a Toleriane Ultra. None of these have SPF, I don't think. I'm going to show you 2 SPF options as well. And then you've got the Hydra Phase, and they do it in a rich and a light. And this one is kind of a little bit more soothing, I think, the Toleriane. So it's great if your skin is feeling a little bit feisty. And it's also really nice if you're putting it over some kind of treatment, like a serum for acne or something like that. And then the Hydra Phase, also really lovely, I think, and very, very long lasting, especially if you're layering it up over a hydrating serum. And then 2 with SPF, although one of them really is more just like a dedicated SPF than a moisturiser. I just found it really, really moisturising when I used it over the summer. Very velvety and rich, and this is the Avon A New Clinical E-Defense, and it's SPF 50. And it feels like a very lovely, rich moisturiser, but you've got your SPF protection. It's just completely sheer, as you can see, and it feels really nice. And the other one, I think number 7 do really good day moisturisers, just very comprehensive, that have got the SPF in, or they do them without them as well, and they do loads and loads of different versions, kind of for dry skin, for not so dry skin, so there's always something to suit your skin type. And I just think if you're in doubt, they do just kind of make very straightforward skincare that you can rely on. And then on to exfoliants, because this is quite important, I suppose. I've only got 2 options to show you, really. Lots of people like a toner. I don't really use a toner, but I do use an exfoliant quite often. Less often since I've been pregnant, just because my skin's been a bit radical, and I've just been trying to keep it calm and soothed and moisturised. But was using these a lot before I got pregnant. This is the Facial Radiance Pad from First Aid Beauty, and you just wipe them over, chuck the pad away, and go to sleep. Or you could use it before your serum and moisturiser, whatever you want, but I tend to find them most effective when you swipe over and leave. I also really like, as an affordable version, I say affordable, again, it's not like £5 or a tenner, but it's cheaper than a lot of the other peels and AHA products you get out there. This is the Olay Regenerist, and this is the Nighttime Elixir, this one. So again, just put it on, leave it, let it do its work overnight. And then one last thing, if you want face masks, eye creams, stuff for spots, stuff for wrinkles, and a couple more alternatives for facial cleansers and things like that, then check out the blog post, because it's literally mammoth with loads of different stuff in. But the last thing for me is eye makeup remover. You can end up spending quite a lot of money on these by phase eye makeup removers, and this one is a few quid and it's really, really good. It's the Botanics one, which is at Boots, and it's the Soothing Eye Makeup Remover, and it's for waterproof makeup as well. So you shake it up and then you put it on your cotton wool and do your eyes, and this one works really well for me, and it's very, very cheap, so I thought I had to put that in. So again, everything else, go over to the blog post, have a little look at what I've been collecting in my box of budget beauty stuff, and I shall see you in the next video.